Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Um, we are from group 3 from class Information, Communication, and Technology in Language Teaching. Would like to present our presentation with the title is Chatbot in Information, Communication, and Technology by group 3. Group members of this group, first one is Hafidza Healyaty, Helmalia Wati, and Salzha Terenovix. The first topic is what is chatbot? So a chatbot is a computer program that simulates and processes human conversation, either written or spoken, allowing humans to interact with digital devices as if they were communicating with a real person. Chatbots can be as simple as rudimentary programs that answer a simple query with a single line response, or as sophisticated as digital assistants that learn and evolve to deliver increasing levels of personalization as they gather and process information. There are many examples of chatbot. The first one is Eliza. It is developed in the 1960 century. Alice developed in the 1995 century, and Perry developed in the 1972 centuries, and the last one is Jabberwocky, developed in the 1988 century. The next explanation will be delivered by Tere. For Tere,
Okay, thank you, Hafiza. The first is Eliza. Eliza was the first chatbot ever developed in the 1960s. It was created by Joseph Weizenbaum, a researcher at the famous Artificial Intelligence Laboratory of the MIT. It supposedly had been created to demonstrate how superficial human-to-computer communications was at that time. But when it was put on personal computers, humans found it quite engaging. His primary intention was to show the superficiality of communication between a human and a machine. Eliza was a simple computer program. It would look for the keyword in a user statement and then reflect it back in the form of a simple phrase or question. When that failed, it would fall back on a set of generic prompts like please go on or tell me more. Eliza worked by passing the words that users entered into a computer and then pairing them to a list of possible scripted responses. It used a script that stimulated a psychotherapist. The script proved to be a significant impact on natural language processing and unnatural intelligence, with copies and variants protruding up at academies around the world, around the country, I mean. I'm sorry. Next slide, please. And then the second is Alice. Alice is a universal language processing chatbot that uses heuristic pattern matching to carry conversations. In 1995, Richard Wallace pioneered the construction of Alice. It was formerly known as Alice Bot because it was first to run on a computer by the name of Alice. The program simulates chatting with a real person over the internet. Alice is a young-looking woman in human gears and tells a user her age, hobbies, and other fascinating facts, as well as answering to the user's dialogue. And then the next is Perry. Perry, or simply Perry, was constructed by American psychiatrist Kenneth Colby in 1972. The program imitated a patient with schizophrenia. It attempts to stimulate the disease. It is a natural language program that resembles the thinking of an individual. It works via a complicated system of assumptions, attributions, and emotional responses triggered by changing weights assigned to verbal inputs. And then the last is Jabberwocky. It was created by Rollo Carpenter in 1988. It aimed to stimulate a natural human conversation in an entertaining way. Jabberwocky has led to other technological growth. Some individuals use it for academic research purposes through its web page since its origin. The chatbot is considered to use an AI technique called contextual pattern matching. And the next material will be delivered by Helmalia Wati.
Okay, thank you, Tara. The next slide is about another points that we discussed. The first one is what is Turing test and Loebner prize. The second one is who is Alan Turing. The third one is what is the meaning of Eliza's effect, and the last one is what is our idea as a teacher in using a chatbot for teaching English. All right. The next is further explanation, and number one is what is Turing test and Loebner prize. The Loebner Prize, named after its founder and philanthropist Hugh Loebner, is an annual worldwide contest to test the state of the art in artificial intelligence, or AI. This contest has run continuously since 1991. The contest is based on the Turing test, conceived by the British polymath Alan Turing in 1950, which tests whether machines can be considered as artificial intelligence. In this test, a panel of human judges must ask questions of a human and computer program and determine which is which. The task for the computer program is to answer questions in as a human would, and thus fool the judge into mistakenly judging them as human rather than machine. The next one is, who is Alan Turing? Alan Matheson Turing, born in 23 June 1912 and born in Maidavale, London, was an English mathematician, computer scientist, logician, cryptanalyst, philosopher, and theoretical biologist. Turing was highly influential in the development of theoretical computer science, providing a formalization of the concept of algorithm and computation with the Turing machine, which can be considered a model of a general-purpose computer. Turing is widely considered to be the father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence. The next one is about what is the meaning of Eliza's effect. The first point is the Eliza's effect is a term used to discuss progressive artificial intelligence. It is the idea that people may falsely attach meaning of symbols or words that they ascribe to artificial intelligence in technologies, from people who thought the chatbot had achieved sentence to those who were surprised that a software engineer would be fooled so easily by a chatbot. Sophisticated too it is, but humans have always been surprisingly easy to fool in this manner. And Eliza was one of the first examples of chatterbot technologies that came close to passing a Turing test. In the case of Eliza, Weizenbaum used the concept of a Rogerian psychotherapist to provide text responses. For instance, to a user input, "My mother hates me." The program might return, "Why do you believe your mother hates you?" And the last one is the result of these programs were especially impressive for the time when humans were first engineering AI systems, and the Eliza effect can be useful in building mock AI complete systems, but can also mislead or confuse users. The idea may be useful in evaluating modern AI systems such as Siri, Cortana, and Alexa. The next slide is for Hafidza.
Okay, so the last topic is may teacher uses chatbot as a learning media. Learning English using chatbot as media has several advantages. As teachers, we can recommend language learning with chatbot media. There are several advantages that can be felt by teachers and students, including first, increases student interactions. These educational applications attract quite a number of users because they are intuitive with a fun user interface that is way better than looking at traditional textbooks. Just like classroom interaction, a chatbot emulates similar experiences for students where a question is asked and an answer is given at an instance. The second one is quality education in the future. The most essential advantage is that students are required to use these digital platforms for training on a daily basis in order to prepare them for the future. As we all know, the future is all about automation and technological breakthroughs. Therefore, chatbot is an appropriate addition to help people learn how to get their outcomes faster. The last one is help introduce learning technology to students. Thank you. So that's all our presentation today. If there's any wrong words, we apologize and see you on the next presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.